recently watched Life on Mars and didn't really take to it. I think it was because it was set in Manchester and I couldn't really relate to the setting. But when I found out that there was a sequel, Ashes to Ashes, set in London, I kind of thought, yeah, maybe I'll like this one a little bit better. So I got my hands on a copy of the first series of Ashes to Ashes, and I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping that it's a winner. But before I start watching it, I thought we could unbox this and see if I can get a better idea of what it's like in general. So I really didn't take to Life on Mars. I think the main reason for me is that it had quite a dusty colour palette, which I know was the point, and I feel like it did emulate time travel very effectively. But for me it just didn't sit right. But I have very high hopes for Ashes to Ashes, for several reasons, which I will discuss as we have a little look at the box set of the complete first series here. So I don't know who the characters are by name, I don't know anything about this compared to Life on Mars, apart from a few little things. But £6 for the first series. I have to admit I did not buy this. This was bought by a friend. So we have Philip Glenister and Keeley Hawes. It says on the back, so DCI Gene Hunt, the Neanderthal copper last seen in Life on Mars, is back. Joined in London by his faithful sidekicks DS Ray Carling, DC Chris Skelton and a brand new red Audi Quattro, Gene is ready to take on the Southern Nancy, criminal scum, and show the Met a thing or two about policing. So straight away this kind of makes me feel quite excited because I love London, I live in London. I should be able to kind of relate to a lot more of the sites. I love the Met Police, I love basically any drama that's set around the police in London, so that should be very exciting. We're in the 80s this time, 1981, so it should be a little bit brighter. It doesn't, I don't know, it's hard to judge just by looking at the packaging, but I think I should like it. Arriving in Brixton, perms, pastel suits and cocktails, the arrival of D.I. Alex Drake, Detective Inspector. She's a female. It's quite a strong dichotomy between this and the female protagonist of Life on Mars, so that should be very interesting. I think it'll be, I think I'll like it. I can only hope. By the time this has gone up, I probably will have seen it, so I can discuss it more in the comments. So we have bonus features, audio commentaries, set tour, car explosion, and Life After Mars, the behind the scenes documentary and some deleted scenes. Keeley Hawes there, quite a strong striking image, I like that. It's quite a powerful picture there. Oh, we'll look at the episodes in a second, but just, oh wow, oh yes. I like that a lot. I love checks. Disc 1, Disc 2, Disc 3, Disc 4, and my face in the reflection, if you saw that. So we have episode 1, episode 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, giving us a total of, can we see, 472 minutes approximately, which is 15, which I say is a pretty decent length of time. So I'm not going to read all of these in great detail. I'm going to pick up some keywords to give us a little flavour of what it's about. Okay, so he's shot and wakes up in 1981. D.I. Alex Greig. I don't know. It's slightly different to how it was, in fact quite a bit different to how it was in Life on Mars. I won't spoil it in case you haven't seen it, but I think it could be an interesting way to start. It's the week of the royal wedding. Okay. When a prostitute complains of rape, so we're not going unlikely. The body of a worker at a nuclear research centre disappears from the morgue. Now that sounds exciting. It's a gangster. Alex thinks she's close to death and has to keep her brain alive by solving the case. A raid at a post office. Okay. Thousands of pounds collected for charity have been stolen. Oh no! The biggest day of Alex's life. The day her parents were killed. Oh. Okay. So, there could be some meddling in her own timeline, which could be very detrimental to her own future, her own survival. Has she got blue eyeliner on? Looks quite nice if she does. Yeah, so I feel like that sounds like a good mix of stories. I think we're getting a lot going on there. I don't know how they're connected, if they are connected, or if they can be viewed as kind of standalones, apart from, of course, the whole getting back to the future, as it were. But I think that it sounds, to me it sounds much better than Life on Mars. I think the female protagonist makes me more excited. The fact that it's set in London makes me more excited. The fact that it's in the 80s I think will be a bit better for me personally. The stories sound very thrilling. I'm looking forward to seeing how they treat the Met in the 80s. It also feels a lot more easy to relate to because the police force had developed quite a lot by this point. I feel like the Met in the 80s is more like the Met we know today than the Met was in the 70s, which sounds obvious, but it's radically different. But yeah, I'm loving the packaging design. I'm loving that image. We seem to have some pretty decent key features on the back there. Bonus features rather. I like the colour scheme. I think that is going to make me very happy. Obviously I can't comment at this stage about whether or not £6 is a decent price, because I haven't seen it. But I kind of feel like for CEX, a complete Series 1 box set for £6 is not a bargain. Bearing in mind I paid 50 pence for the first 13 episodes of CSI. And this is £6 for 8, but quality over quantity. I'm certainly hoping that that is the case here. I fully expect it will be. And I'm very excited to see what it's like. Of course, if you have seen either Ashes to Ashes or Life on Mars, please do leave your thoughts in the comments and get some little discussions going about both of them. Please try and keep them as spoiler free as possible. And the main question is, if you have seen both, do you prefer Life on Mars or do you prefer Ashes to Ashes?